Okay, I thought I'd do a video out here to show my lawn had been mowed. It looks so nice. It smells so good. But look, you see the screen, and you hear my dog coming back in. So, hey everybody, this is Grace, and yeah, I came outside to do a video. It's you know, with that stay-at-home kind of stuff going on, and I wanted to get outside, and it is a nice day, some sunshine. At least not so much cloud as it had been recently. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to talk about infantilization. When somebody infantilizes you. Now, most people think of it as something more of when a parent treats their child much younger than they are. You know, their actual child is a kid. It can be an adult, though. And some people think that it's also when people treat elderly people like they're children. Okay, I've seen that plenty in my life when I worked in senior living communities as a life enrichment. Why can't I say that? Life enrichment director. My goodness. Oh man. But yeah, I saw a lot of people do that. They baby talk to these elders, you know. It was bad. But it can also be just one adult, you know, between those ages, you know, not a kid and not an elder, the way they treat one another. They can be teenagers, the way they treat one another. You know, one treats the other, or a group treats somebody. And they basically treat them like a child when they're not a child. And it can be like a sibling or a parent treats their adult child like the adult child is a kid, you know, minor, and they're not. So I mean, there's so many different kinds of combinations. I certainly couldn't think of all of them. And it can also be like a boss. I mean, not like, it could be your boss treating you like a child, like you need to be scolded and you need to, you know, have some punishment for everything you do, and that you would never live up to their expectations. Okay. But yeah, it can be anybody that's treating you like a child. Okay. And it can also be like, I mean, somebody who is barely older. Now, when I was younger, I felt this way about baby boomers. I'm a baby boomer, but I'm one of the younger baby boomers. And the older baby boomers, it could be somebody just a year older or a minute older, you know. But let's say a year older, and they felt as though they were so much more mature. Even, I mean, I'm talking adults, like in your 40s, 50s, 60s, yeah. But just because they're a little bit older, they're superior to you, and therefore you need to mind them. You know, that's that infantilization. And not everybody does it, of course. You know, of course, it's just those few who do. And it can be pretty bad. It can really mess with you. You know, here you are an adult. They're treating you like a child. And if you're unfortunate and spend too much of your time, you're somehow, some way with them, like say at work, and you don't have a choice at the moment. You're trying to find another job or whatever it is, and you have to spend a lot of time with them. It's bad. It can do all kinds of things, including what I have experienced is that of it's difficult for you to grow. You know, when you're treated so much younger than you are, yeah, it can do a lot of things. So, all right, like I said, it can be so many different combinations of people who do it and why they think they should do it. Okay, to them, it's one of those things, kind of a bit like when they say it's my way or the highway. That kind of mentality. And of course, to them, no matter what you are doing, pretty much, you know, the big thing is they think that they are superior to you, and anything you're doing is inferior. And pretty much anything, they can pick anything. And you know, and if you don't, you know, listen to them, and they're kind of narcissistic, and if you don't listen to them, and believe that their way is the right way, these people can get dangerous. Okay, they can become very abusive, and abuse and danger is not just physical. Okay, and they can really do a lot of damage to you. Okay, and one of the things that I know, I mean, there's plenty of things that they do, but one of them that I wrote down, I'm looking down at my notes if it shows that, is they act like you don't know how to live right. You don't know how to do anything right, or you just don't know how to live right. You know that you need to listen to them. They are the ones who should be guiding you through life, and they know how to live it right. And to them, like I said, they could be a little narcissistic or a lot narcissistic. In this, I would say a lot narcissistic. The live right is often about money and prestige, the status, but often it's about money or how popular they are. And sometimes those go hand in hand. These are usually very charismatic people who are more narcissistic. And so, yeah, they think that what you need to learn how to do is how to follow them in their way, do it their way, do it how they do it, and focus your attention on money or goods that you can have, what you can own, and how you can show it off. Even if it's not money, and instead it's just the way you speak or the way you present something, and to do that, to follow their lead. And then you would be living right. But you never would be. The ones I've seen, ones I've known, you're never going to meet up to their expectations because they're always going to feel superior to you and ensure that you think you're inferior. So, going to put themselves in that role as the superior being. Now here is a question I have for some of you. Now that you've heard all that, imagine you have someone who is this type at work. You say it's at work, and is this type, but they keep doing things with their work, their job that affects your job, and you have to tell them, you have to give them some constructive criticism. There's a difference, constructive criticism. Okay, but what they feel, and you try not to act like you're the superior. You just try to tell them, hey, you're doing this wrong, and it's affecting the outcome of what I'm doing. You're not trying to act superior. You're not trying to infantilize them. You're not trying to be their mom or dad or their boss or whatever. Their bosses, really. But some of them will see that. Have you seen that? Have you seen someone you just trying to tell them, just what I said, and they blew off the handle? Okay, I have seen it, and I've definitely seen it. But yeah, and what another thing is like I had said, it's their way of the highway, but they never see themselves as wrong. And telling them is wrong, some call that a narcissistic injury, and they start ranting and raving about it, and that's the narcissistic rage. Yeah. To me, it's more of an ego, a bruise to their ego. And they just can't handle that. They are supposed to be thought of as the superior beings, and that they're over everybody. And if they're going to treat everybody as though they're a child, somebody who is beneath them and there's their child. Nobody should treat a child like this, okay? That they're always wrong, that they have to live exactly like the parent, or their ways are wrong. Now, we know, of course, there are things we teach children that are right, and parents have to be the adult to their child. But I'm talking all that I just said. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And what about you? Have you had any experiences with this? If you feel free to, you can leave a comment below, and I'll talk to y'all in another video.